Damn it. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of In the Kitchen Cookin'. So for today's recipe, I'm going to try and make a homemade chicken pot pie. So sometimes in my singleness and my loneliness, I will go to Target and I will buy a Murray Calendar's chicken pot pie from the Meals for One aisle. Yes, that is a real aisle. And they're designed to be thrown into the microwave, but you can also cook them in the oven to make your life seem less sad. So to make my life seem even more less sad, I decided that I would try and make my own chicken pot pie for my next cooking video. So before we dive into what ingredients we'll be using, I did want to thank you all for watching my last video. So again, I have no social media, so all the promotion was done through people sharing my videos, so thank you for that. And we got 151 views, so that's huge. So that means 100 people viewed the video, and 50 of those were me just watching myself, because obviously I'm hilarious. So, but in all honesty, I really appreciate everybody taking the time to watch that, and I'm really excited to keep doing these. It's gonna be hard going out in public, being so famous now, but I'll manage.
Michael, where are you? Michael, can I see you? Yeah. Oh, he's over here. Come on.
So anyways, let's get into it and see what we're cooking with today. As far as ingredients go, we're not gonna be making this from scratch, but it still beats a microwavable dish. So to start off, obviously, we're going to put the crust around our new pan that we got, or pie dish that we got from Target. I'm very excited to use new dishware. Then we have our milk, and we have our chicken broth, and we have our flour, and that's going to create that gravy base that we're going to put in there. We'll mix that in with some salt and pepper and some onions. And then we have the chicken, obviously, so we're going to cut that up into cubes and throw that in there. And then finally, we'll mix it in with some mixed vegetables. So I was very careful to pay attention to the measurements this time, and the vegetables call for 2 cups of mixed veggies. And so on the back here, it says that it's 2/3 cup per serving, but there's 3 servings in this bag. I'm embarrassed to admit that I sat in Target for a good 5 minutes trying to do the math to make sure that I would have 2 cups of veggies with 1 bag. It got so bad that I had to end up asking Siri, and I probably look like an idiot.
Hi, Lisa. Hi, Super Nintendo Chalmers. Phew. I'm learning.
Aw, way to go, Ralph.
Now that we've got that, let's prepare and get everything ready to throw into the pie and get going. Up first will be to create the pie crust. Now, I've never made a pie in my life, so this could go south fairly quickly. Let's get at it. Slowly and gently unroll the crust. Place crust in ungreased 9-inch pie plate. Press crust firmly against side and bottom. I'm already screwing this up. Oh. Now that that is looking terrible, we now need to cook the chicken before we put it in, because the chicken is not going to cook in here. As I'm cooking this chicken, I can't help but have flashbacks of when I poured too much vinegar in my last recipe. So I'm very grateful that this recipe does not contain any vinegar. So the chicken is almost done, so we'll just move this to a burner while we keep it on warm, and we'll start making the gravy and the rest of the filling. So I'm gonna get this done here. The recipe I looked up online does call for it to be shredded. but the Murray Callender's ones I eat usually have it in chunks, so because I suck at shredding chicken, I didn't want to deal with it, so I just cut it up into these cubes, and so it's almost cooked all the way through. So we'll keep stirring it here a little bit, and then, like I said, we'll just move it to another burner, keep it on low to keep it warm, and then we'll start working on the filling. Now that the chicken is cooked, we're now going to melt some butter in our saucepan. And yes, I measured the right amount of butter, so we're going to throw that in there. It does look like a lot though, but I'm certain it's the right amount. We're melting the butter right now, and once it gets to a certain level, I will end up throwing in the onions. So it's going to start smelling very, very fragrant in here. It already smells like cookies with the butter, and now I'm going to ruin it by throwing onions in there. I'm curious if somebody can tell me in the comments below, why do certain smells linger? So like if I bake cookies, I feel like the smell of the cookies is gone the next day. But when I bake onions or cook with onions, or I like burn bacon, that smell lingers forever. So you scientists out there, you tell me what causes that. Alright, so now that the onions are nice and soft, we're going to add some salt and pepper as well as the flour. Shit. I just got some on the burner and now it smells like cigarettes. And then we'll gradually stir in the broth and the milk. So now that that's nice and thick, we're going to add the chicken. Alright, so we've added the chicken, and the final step will now be to add the veggies. I really don't know about this. It is getting pretty thick, which is nice, but I don't know. It is looking like some legitimate filling, so I'm pretty excited. I mean, the final step will be adding it to the pie. That I'm not so sure about. Alright, so now that this is ready, I think I have way too much for my pie, so I might have some leftovers that are not pie related, but let's see how this works. Maybe. Oops. And I'm actually getting more excited. This might actually work. I hate to prematurely toot my own horn, but I'm feeling very confident. So all we have to do now is put the top layer on the pie and then throw it in the oven. So we're almost there. So the pie is now in the oven and it's set to 30 minutes. So may God be with my pie, and I will see you on the other side. So the recipe calls for you to take it out with like 15 minutes left remaining to put foil around the crust so it doesn't burn. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look and see. Hopefully it hasn't burned already. See, so far it does look like it's burning a little bit. It's a little brown, probably because I did not follow the directions precisely and probably made it too thin. So we're gonna wrap it in foil real fast. Damn it. So I'm gonna get this thing out of the oven right now. I got about 4 minutes left, but I can smell it kind of burning a little bit. Not burn, but the foil didn't help much, so I better get it out there now. I've already set up my smoke alarms off twice, so let's get this thing out and see how it turned out. Oh baby, that looks really good. That looks like a nice golden brown. Man, I'm excited to dive into this. So let me prepare my eating quarters and we'll film the reaction. All right, so as I've been sitting here, the heat coming off this thing is insane. So I'm almost in a sweat right now because it's so warm. It smells really good. It smells homemade. I'm really excited to dive in. All right, let's get a good bite in here. Make sure I get some chicken, some veggies, and part of the crust. That looks really good. I must say, that's really good. That came out amazing. I'm very, very proud of myself. I did not think it'd be that good. It's definitely burning all the way down, but that is super tasty. So with that, thank you again so much for swinging by for another episode of In the Kitchen Cooking. Really appreciate you coming by and again sharing my last video. I hope you'll share this one. We're at 48 subscribers. I would love to get to 50, so if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and I look forward to doing another one of these. If you have any suggestions, drop them down in the comments below and I'll try and give it a shot. Thank you so much. See you next time.